And welcome back to Ozarks Live. It's now time to head back out to Tom at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds.
Yep, that's where the monster trucks are running this weekend. So, Tom, what else can you tell us?
I can tell you this place is going to be hopping over the next couple of days. And, a little bit earlier I was talking with Kevin and we talked about, one of the, without trying to be offensive, one of the new hot shots on the whole circuit. And this is Zach right here, Zach Garner. And Zach, this is your, tell me about your baby that we have behind us.
It's got a 1,500 horsepower big block Chevy in it with a 2-speed power glide behind it. And it just puts down that power so honestly pretty good because it's got that Abruzzi power glide in it. It's honestly probably one of the better transmissions we've had running in it lately, but we're going to come out here, the Ozark County Fair, and see what we can do.
Yeah, now, how long have you been doing this? Because I understand you're 20 years old. How long have you been at this?
I started when I was 18. I just turned 21 this year, so about 3 years now.
Okay, and 3 years, but I understand you're a champion already.
Yep, I'm the 2-time reigning King of Springfield here.
Okay, now, I know your dad does this, and we're going to give him a chance to give his side, actually, of the story here in a second. But, what makes you crawl into something like this? I've been in something like close to this, a mud truck kind of deal. That scares me right there. What gets you in that seat?
It's always been one of my childhood dreams. I know there's a lot of kids out there that have always wanted to drive one of these, and you just kind of got to keep pushing for it. And after 21 years, I can finally say I get to live out my childhood dream and follow in my father's footsteps.
What kind of adrenaline rush is this? Because I know, you've driven in front of all different side crowds. What kind of adrenaline rush is this for you?
Once that helmet goes on, everything else just kind of goes out the window. All your sanity and your sense, you just kind of start going out there hitting things, and you get more riled up and start hitting everything harder, and it just goes from there. And then the crowd starts to drive you.
Is that just foot to the floor and you go?
For the most part, yeah. And you just kind of point and shoot, and where the truck goes, where it goes.
All right. So you're going to be here this weekend. People can see you.
Yes, sir.
If people want to keep track of your career or anything like that, how do they do it?
Instagram, YouTube, all of that. We're all on there, and we all have our own social platforms and everything else.
All right, Zach Garner. No D in that. Garner. All right, I'm going to go talk to your dad. Let's hear his side of the story here because, he's already putting down the brags, Dad. He is about 3-time champion. So tell it now. Your ride here is overboard. All right, is he telling true over there?
He's a good kid. He's 21. He is a 2-time champion here, but he left out a little bit of stuff there.
Oh, all right. Fill in the blanks.
Yeah, Dad didn't get to come here last year. Dad had a show somewhere else, and Dad got hurt, so Dad couldn't come here or Miami, Oklahoma and run. So that kind of let him win the championship last year here because we wasn't here running. So It'll be pretty interesting this weekend to see who pulls it out this weekend.
So you guys are going to be going head-to-head, really?
Oh, we're head-to-head. Every single one of us here. If these guys break, we all help each other fix their trucks. But when we put our helmets on, we ain't friends no more.
No.
By no means. None of us. That's my son, but when I put my helmet on, it ain't about him winning. It's about my truck winning for the fans and for our sponsors. We each got different sponsors, and we want to pull it out for our own sponsors.
Now, you and I were talking a little bit earlier about focus. What is your focus like when you put your foot to the floor and you've got a hold of that truck?
Truly, it is the craziest adrenaline rush you've ever thought about. But we focus on, you still have to be safe in these areas. If you look how Matt Motorsports sets this up here, it is truly a very safe situation for the fans because the fans are so far away from us. Mm-hmm. Anything we do, we can't get to them. They have kill radios that can kill our trucks anywhere in this location. So if they see something that we do, any of us, it doesn't matter what truck it is, if they see something that they don't like, they can shut our truck off on us. If one of our trucks break or anything, they shut us off. They have total control of these trucks outside.
Okay, that's something I have never known, and what a great idea that is, first of all.
It is truly amazing because if a driver somehow gets knocked out or anything else, it makes it where they have control of the truck, not just us.
All right. Now, I heard, your son talking about what got him behind the wheel. What got you behind the wheel?
A good buddy of mine's up out of Michigan. He owns 4 trucks. His name's Jim Kohler, Avenger Racing. He hooked me up. I helped him out one weekend with a big wrecker. We had a situation, he needed help. And I started hanging out with him, running with him. And next thing you know, I bought my first one 10 years ago. Devin Jones out of Miami, Oklahoma has helped me out a whole bunch. And we just kept growing and growing. We have 5 now.
So, in other words, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, and once you get hooked by it, the adrenaline rush is so crazy you just can't stop.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and good luck with your son there, because he's not going to let up on you, Dad. I know that.
He's going to need the luck. I got 10 years. He's got 3 years.
Okay.
That's a big
Sounds
difference.
good. So you need to be here. If for anything, you've got to be there when they go head to head. So you can get your tickets right here at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. Go to O'Reilly's. They're the ones kind of sponsoring this whole thing. So come on out to the fairgrounds tonight and tomorrow.
We can't wait to see you guys.
All right,
All right.
thanks, Tom. That definitely looks like a great event to go check out this weekend.
Oh, it would be a
so-
lot of fun. There's always something going on at the fairgrounds. Always.
Absolutely.